Hello and welcome to ReformWatch UK. We're joined tonight by Ollie Bowlerhatman and also a fellow Yorkshireman, for Ollie, not for me, Chris Ray, who was a former councillor in Barnsley, and got a few things to say about Farage and the RefUK's, as I like to call it. But before we get on to that, I just want to say hello to everyone. I'm really sorry. I set this up on the train on the way here from Liverpool. Going past York, by the way, Ollie. I was going past York, and I pressed set it up, and it went to the next screen. It didn't just hang; it went to the next screen as if like it was ready to go. And then when I went to start the show, then it wasn't there. Like normally, it's like upcoming, and you press the upcoming show. Wasn't upcoming. So thank you to everyone in the chat who is there because they've only had like 5 minutes notice. So thank you to Daz and Diz and Dark and Saz and. Have we got a Sis? We've got a Bowlerhatman who says soon. That's a bit ominous. We've got W. James who wants this heat wave to end. I don't blame you. And everyone's talking about how to deal with the heat wave. Listen, if you'd like to join our friends in the chat, and all we ask is that you are civil. That's it. And so if you want to join our friends in the chat, just hit the subscribe button and wait for approximately 1 minute. But don't be a troll, because we will mute you and boot you. Anyway, Chris, do you want to tell us what you're doing here today, mate? Excellent. What party, can I ask? The Lib Dems. Don't take this the wrong way, and this isn't going to be the first time that someone said this to you. You don't look like a Lib Dem. How long were you councillor for? Oh wow! So, but you will try and go back. Now, what happened? It was boundary changes, or... Yeah. They do like quitting. They do like quitting. What? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sorry, that was my fault.
All right.
Sorry. I have been up since 6:30.
Hold on, yeah. Oh, and yeah, I'm just seeing the
I just saw that
messages in chat. Yeah.
Thanks, Ollie, for keeping an eye on the chat while I was still fanning around with the aspect ratio. But yeah, sorry, Chris. No one heard what you were just saying then. So just to reiterate what Chris was saying.
Have you got sound from me now?
Yes, we got sound from you now. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. It was my fault. I could hear you. I'm having a great time, but everyone else is like, what? Anyway, so yeah, Chris was telling us he was a Lib Dem councillor in Barnsley, but then they redrew the boundaries and now they're stuck with a RefUK council until 2030. I'm in Durham, so we've got a RefUK council here.
Oh God, I know some Lib Dems from Durham. Yeah, I've heard some stories.
Yeah, they're a bit rubbish.
You've got the joys of. Yeah, I'm gonna say you've got the joys of Crafty.
Got Crafty Wank.
Grimes, yeah.
And we've also got Andrew Husband, ex male model. Who his last company went bump owing like the taxman about £1 million or something, but that's okay. What you want is a failed businessman in charge. Said all the people who voted for Trump. So I mean, how bad is it where you are? I mean, where I am here specifically in Durham, it is actually a green ward where I am. I've got 2 green councillors here, but we're surrounded in a sea of tatty flags or lampposts. Is it a bit like that in Barnsley?
Weirdly enough, no. There's not been that many.
Which area you go to?
Yeah. I'm gonna say there's some really shitty areas where they've got flags, but actually the worst part is where you just go over the border to Sheffield. Yeah. Ecclesall, and that. I mean, it's like March at Parade there.
Oh no! Does that mean I have to boycott my Eccles cakes? I like Eccles cakes.
I think it's a different place. You're all right with cakes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some areas with some flags, but it's the reality is Reform have been. They've only been in 2 months, and so far it's been exceptionally if they've said any words, I'm surprised.
Tell us. Go on, dish the dirt. What have they done? Give some examples of any of them left yet?
Not yet.
No. Sweet fuck all. They've done sweet fuck all.
Have they had a meeting?
Yeah, they've had meetings
Okay.
and they've not said anything.
Did you see Did you see that footage of the meeting where the councillors were saying we don't know how this works, we don't know what a constitution is,
Kirklees.
we don't know what a standing order is. This is unfair.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
this is not democratic. I'm stupid.
To be fair, I think that's why Barnsley councillors have been quiet, because they've actually taken that whole saying of better to be quiet than to prove that you're an idiot. So if you haven't learned what you're doing, they've actually thought, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
The bad decisions that the Barnsley councils have made the Barnsley council has made so far is by having a councillor who had a swastika tattoo and not doing anything about it.
What the fuck?
So
you've got a councillor.
This is just a Buddhist phase, though, Graham. This is just a Buddhist phase he's going through.
Oh, yeah, like Hitler's Buddhist phase. Yeah. What?
Yeah. No.
Oh, this is crazy.
That's literally what he says in response. It was I think it was his wife.
He didn't say it. Yes, his wife said. His wife said. So he got the swastika tattoo about 20-ish years ago when he had a slight Buddhist phase. And he only got it covered up about 10, 12 months before the election.
Right.
Yeah, because people kept questioning it. I'm guessing nobody questioned it in the 19 years before that point.
No, everyone just went, "Oh, swastika, that means Buddhism," rather than
this is so good to have like a fellow like Barnsley person on, because when I talk about this stuff like on my channel or anything like that, it feels like if people watch me, they're just like, "Nah, it can't be true. You're making it up." It's like, no, it's true.
Well, up in what's the bastard town near Newcastle, Sunderland Council. They have a chap there who said that Nigerians should be melted down to fill the potholes.
I read that.
He is in the council. He was suspended for like a week, and then he came back.
Yeah.
Like the cat in the hat.
Who hasn't said something like this? That a slight slip of the tongue. It's just pure chance that I haven't got any swastikas.
You sometimes go in and you say, I want a tattoo of my favourite band, a little NIN for Nine Inch Nails, and you come out with a swastika. It happens all the time, and you're like, oh, I can't tell the difference. That's what happened to me anyway. It's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Puninator in the chat. Point of order. Ollie, this is for you, mate.
Oh, no.
Where's the bowler hat, man?
It's too warm.
It is too warm. I'm sweating into this.
I don't even know how you're wearing your hat.
I was like, I said to Ollie earlier, you're lucky I'm dressed.
ReformWatch UK naked.
Yeah, we Northerners do not
Reform
handle
Watch.
warmth well.
Listen, before we go on, we do have to acknowledge the shocking news that came out this afternoon that Anne Widdecombe, because we were talking about her dying this morning. Well, me and Phil were talking about this afternoon. It's come out she was fucking murdered. And, I didn't like the woman. Let me make this very clear. But, she did not deserve that. Fucking hell. 26-year-old white man has been arrested for her murder. No political motive. No terrorist motive, apparently, but that's really fucked. That is. But I tell you what, it's good news for Farage, isn't it? Because now we can say, oh, you see, I needed that 5 million, or it could have been me.
Yeah. I have to wonder at what point is he going to start exploiting that?
Oh, he hasn't already.
He's already put a video out.
Has he? Oh, okay, right, yeah. So that didn't take long at all.
No, he's already put a video out, and I was watching it just before this. They put it out about an hour ago or something, and he has said that don't know if it's politically motivated. We don't know this. He's not saying, but I'm not saying it is politically motivated. He's just he's dropping little crumbs, like he normally does. Where he says, when the Farage riots happened, the first set of Farage riots, not Farage riots too.
Questions is the typical one. Yeah.
Was this person from here? I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying he was a foreigner, migrant, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then turns out born in Swansea or Cardiff or whatever.
Yeah. Pygmalion, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. It's very kind of you. Pygmalion says, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Legitimate concerns. That's the expression they use, isn't it? When they're being racist or bigoted or horrible. They go, I've got legitimate concerns. And it's like, about something that's never happened. Okay, great. Or, something that's so vanishingly rare, it only happens once every 1,000 years.
I mean, it's always pissed me off when Farage keeps going on about how he's the most attacked politician in modern history. I just go, every single time I hear that, I go, oh, that's one way to shit on Joe Cox and David Amos's grave.
Yeah. Well, and now Anne Widdecombe.
And now Anne Widdecombe's.
It was one of granted. See, I mean, this is why we could bring it into ReformWatch, because she was the spokesperson for Reform.
Yeah. It's incredibly wrong what's happened. Nobody deserves that shit.
No,
even if it's
absolutely not.
Even that, but
not even Trump. Not even Farage deserves that. Like that's too much. That's too much. If she just passed away in her sleep, well, fine. Whatever. She was getting on. But this is horrific. This is not.
Yeah.
This isn't cool. But yeah. So I've found the guy who did it straight away. So I assume there's some kind of motive behind this that they knew about or whatever.
They don't. Well, they haven't announced anything. It could be anything from a robbery gone wrong.
Yeah.
We'll probably find out, like I said, probably over the next couple of days what happened after the investigation.
The police will. If the police have caught the person already and they're fairly certain, they'll probably give some. It might be next week, late next week. We might get some more bits.
Yeah. Anyway, really grim. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's been a really funny week because we've had Count Binface turn up and Nigel Farage. I've just seen a meme of Nigel Farage as Withnell and I saying, I called a by-election. Oh no, I called a by-election by mistake. And then behind him, it's Count Binface. Anyway, but yeah, he can't win this, can he? Even if he does win, he's not going to win, is he?
No, when this were called,
Spain have just scored, by the way.
When this were called, it was, he's openly admitted he did not expect all the parties to just say, "Nah, stuff you, mate."
Yeah.
I've said this to a few people, and I'm always talking about politics because I'm still involved in politics. He clearly got rattled. Whatever it is, whether it's the fact that maybe he is rattled, the fact that Sky News and the Times went to his house, which happens to just have one of his daughters living there sometime. She wasn't there when they
already known about in the public domain.
Yes. She wasn't there when they knocked. A key thing. You harassed my daughter. She weren't fucking there. Piss off. That's like me saying the Royal Mail harassed me when they dropped a parcel off when I was at work.
Yeah.
But I think he's been rattled by that and the fact that all this new stuff keeps coming out, and there's been 2 more things in the past day. There's an investigation into Cottrell's mother over a $500,000 donation into Reform
by the Metropolitan Police. So we've got the National Crime Agency looking at it, and we've got the Met looking at it, and we've got Parliament looking at it in the Parliamentary Standards.
And what you might have missed, what's come out about 2-3 hours ago.
What?
The Times have put another report out that Farage has been paying himself rent on an apartment of something like 50 grand a year. So he's paying himself rent on his own property.
I love you. You pay my rent, George. George. So how do you pay yourself rent? How the fuck does that work?
I don't know. I don't understand it myself.
So he owns the place, and he's still he's got 50 grand that he gives it to himself. That must be a tax wheeze or something, mustn't it?
Yeah, it does mention that in the Times that it is a way of it. What's the legal one? Evading or avoiding?
Avoiding is legal. Evading is illegal.
Yeah. Right. Avoid a way of slight tax avoidance.
Yeah. A tax slip. Slips on a banana peel.
So yeah, if you have a quick look at the I mean, the Times are releasing so much. They must have so much built on Farage.
They do.
It's coming. It's coming like a floodgate.
Well, that's why he panicked and said him stepping down and he'd run again. And the people of Clacton can judge him, but only on half the evidence.
Yeah. I think this is what it's all about. I think it's all an attempt to try. I think he knows that there's stuff going to be coming out, even more stuff. And I think the whole by-election is to go, look at me, I'm fighting a by-election. I'm fighting a by-election over here. Don't look at this. Look at me. I think that's the whole thing.
Well, it's also going to be for afterwards when another by-election is called, because I think, well, no, I'm prejudging. If he is found guilty of wrongdoing and if he gets a suspension and if there's a recall, if legal, if all that happens and we have another by-election, he's just going to go, well, I've just had a by-election. This is illegitimate. Deep state stitch up, Bucket. It's all Count Buckethead's fault.
Yeah. Count Binface. Get his countliness's name right.
He was Lord Buckethead from
That's it. He was
film, but then
he was Lord
copyright.
Yeah, he was Lord Buckethead. Now he's Count Binface. Either way,
yeah. Talk Maddie is saying any evidence for this allegation. Talk Maddie, are you talking about the allegation about Farage paying himself, or I mean anything that's the stuff that's in the Times? This is stuff that they've known about for a long time, and they've been running it through the legal department.
No. So when I say the what could go through Parliament is the 5 million. So because Parliament haven't yet found him guilty of wrongdoing, I'm not going to, we've just got to cover our asses by saying if he's found, we can't prejudge it, even if I personally believe he's as bent as a
bottle of chips. Punanese says rent from the landlord's perspective is capital gains, not income. I guess this allowed him to bang some funds in from overseas and give it to himself in a legal way.
A nice Freudian slip. Oh, Freudian slip.
Yeah.
He is a dodgy motherfucker. He is Britain Trump. Like, this is exactly the same playbook as Trump. And then when he's questioned on it, the aggression, the anger, the dismissal of anyone, you work for a nasty organisation. Apparently the Times, did you know the Times newspaper owned by Rupert Murdoch is actually a Labour rag? He's a big supporter of Labour.
Yeah, well, of course.
I mean,
Murdoch's. Yeah, I remember when Murdoch were massively behind Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah. And obviously the media have been the most horrible to Nigel Farage, haven't they? Whereas they're giving everyone else an easy ride. Didn't they go after Ed Miliband for eating a bacon butty funny, and then
the comments about what Farage made about what Angela Rayner. Start of the year.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised when nobody in the media or Parliament or anybody said anything about Rayner's thing. Just nobody said anything, did they?
Nobody got quiet about that. And Keir Starmer's beer. Chris C, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. The Times are just asking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just asking questions. We're just asking questions of Britain's best bung boy.
A bung boy. Gotta be careful how you say that.
Yes.
You get crafty wank excited.
Bung.
But yeah, I can't believe that there's so many people in Clacton. I've seen the interviews, the Vox Pops, and they're like, I don't care how corrupt he is, as long as he gives the woke what for. Do you know what I mean? It's like, seriously, mate? Seriously, is that your legacy? Is that it? Going to be your 5 seconds of fame? You're going to be on the TV saying, I support this person no matter how many horrible things they do.
There is a reason he picked Clacton.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's saying that he put Clacton on the map, which he totally didn't, because he can't find Clacton on the map. But if Binface wins, that will put Clacton on the map. That made Clacton the most famous seaside town in the world. People will come to Clacton
and
to get a photo with him.
Never underestimate the British public, because we all remember the Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a Binface, Boatface thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Hartlepool elected their football mascot as well as mayor.
Yes, they did. Hangum. What was he called?
Hangus.
Hangus the monkey. Because they famously hung a monkey in Hartlepool, thinking that it was a French spy. Is Hartlepool in Yorkshire? Or was it Durham?
It's
north of us, I think.
Yeah, it's north. It's like the northeast.
No. Oh, is it north? Is it North Yorkshire? Is it one of yours? I'm going to look it up.
No, I don't think it is.
It's quite close to the border. I think it's fair.
No, we like monkeys here.
You hang them when you're not hanging them. No, it's in County Durham. Sorry, it's one of ours.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Because Chris shared with me before we went on air. We're getting a JBC Pothole Pro in Barnsley.
Cool. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Oh, it's according to Reform, it's like the best thing since sliced bread. Meanwhile, of course, other councils that have looked into this or bought the machine themselves have basically said that a man with a bucket and a shovel is more effective and more cost effective to fill in potholes than a JBC Pothole Pro.
The annoying thing is, go on. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and of course, remember, Reform got a big, bung from the guy who runs JBC. So why are they buying all this JBC equipment?
Yeah, 200 grand from JCB to Reform, that donation. Farage bragged about it on stage.
Yeah.
I've got to be a bit careful on this because as Lib Dems, we actually recommended the council use this machine about 2 years ago. So we came up with the idea before Reform took that bribe.
Yeah,
that donation.
Oh, actually, that's an interesting question because this is something to look up. Do you know if the Highways Agency did any reports on it? Because if they did, it might be worth trying to find out what they said about it, and then throwing that report if it was did turn out it was very good.
Spain just won. Spain beat Belgium 2-1. Okay,
that's a good point. Actually, I will speak to. We're going to say speak to my councillors. Speak to the team. Because
freedom of information request.
The thing with potholes is the longer you leave them, the more damage they get done. But there's an easy way to solve potholes from happening. You ban fucking big fucking vehicles off your bloody little country lanes, off your little suburban streets. You just say, right, if you're a massive fucking 40-foot articulated lorry, right, you cannot go down these little suburban streets because you wrecking the roads. The amount of damage that vehicles do is logarithmic. It goes up like in magnitudes depending on the weight. So if you've got a vehicle that is twice as heavy, it does 4 times as much damage. If it's 3 times as heavy, it does 8 times more. So it goes up like that. It's crazy. And in other countries, they have rules where they say, right, you can your big fuck off trucks. They can go along the motorways. That's fine. They're built for it. But you come into our town, you stop off in on the outskirts of town, and then you put into smaller vehicles to go wherever you need to go. But here it's like driving these massive lorries down these little suburban back streets. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse about that now. I played Room 101 with our mate Scott the other day, and he's American, and he wanted to put people who jaywalk in Room 101. I went fucking ballistic. I was like, that road is ours. Those cars can fuck off. And if I want to cross the road wherever I want, I'm gonna climb over the freaking barrier and I'm going to cross that road. God damn it!
This is the best part. Yanks think they've got freedom. They can't even cross the road when they want to.
I know. Yeah. They can't gamble. They can't when they want to. They can't drink on the beach. They can't drink in a park. They can't sit down with a picnic in a park and have a bottle of wine and some cheese. They can't have that, and they can't have blue cheese because it's illegal. So and if you're drinking alcohol in the park, you get done by the coppers.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Land of the free, mate. Land of the free to go nowhere and do nothing. I don't know. Go mad and shoot bullets in the air. But yes, Chris says maybe just instead of just patching roads, we need to start resurfacing them properly. All countries have problems with potholes because all countries that have heavy bloody vehicles going across them, and you only need to get a crack in the tarmac, and then the water gets in, and then that's fucked.
And then it expands. We have got an issue where, council. I've said this about Barnsley Council when I were a councillor. The council doesn't do what I would class as a good pothole fix and I've got video footage of it, which residents sent me as councillor, where they literally they just pour it in and just roll it down and leave it. That doesn't seal the edges. No. You should at least cut it out somewhat to make it.
First time it rains, it's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah. And we live in Britain.
It'll never rain.
Yeah. And in fairness, you do want to, like, you know, maybe do some like patchwork repair, because you're not gonna like tear up the entire road just to fix one pothole.
No.
You know, it's just logistically not possible to do, and it would cost.
I think
far more just to
all you do is make sure the edges are a bit sensibly aligned. You know, even if all you're doing is cutting out a centimeter each side, so it's a square, rather than this absolute fucking mess.
Yeah. I mean, that's the next question. Are the teams properly trained? Like, who's doing this? Do they actually know what they're doing? Is the question.
It don't matter anyway, because, you know, the most important thing ever's coming to Barnsley Council, and that is fucking around with flags.
Pothole Pro.
No, fucking around with flags. That's coming first.
Oh yeah.
That's coming next Thursday.
Yeah. I've looked into this. It is the exact same, from what I can see. The original flag idea came from Warwickshire, worded exactly the same, to a point now where they are having this council meeting to specifically change the policy because it had the exact same problems as Warwickshire County Councils, where you can't fly regional flags, you can't fly the Yorkshire flag, you can't fly
armed forces.
Yeah, armed forces flags. You can't fly any of those flags because, you know, that was, you know, George Finch's idea back over a year ago now, and they've pretty much copied and pasted that with the exact same mistakes.
I don't get why they don't just be honest and just say we don't like gays. You know, if at least somebody.
It'd be difficult because some gays like Crafty Wank. He's gay. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even know if that's performative. I don't trust him.
He's not gay. He's just a bit theatrical.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with one of my local councillors, reform councillors, on this. Again, I wish I had recorded it. He suddenly comes out with, "You know what? I never knew. I never realised Freddie Mercury was gay." And I went,
"Who said this? Who said this? Who said this?"
This is one of my local reform councillors.
What?
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 I mean,
he said that. This is why I wish I'd recorded it, because he said.
Had he just stumbled out a time machine from 1972? What did you ask about Liberace?
No.
I wonder if he knows about Stephen Fry.
Oh wow! I know.
What crazy! What? Everyone in the chat's talk about tarmac, concrete roads, road redressing. We've started something in the chat. We're supposed to be talking about RefUK and making fun of them.
Bring back the fucking Romans.
They knew how to build a fucking road.
That's really the thing. That's where really all the money is. We need to make a podcast about road repairs. You know,
I'm in. Just give me 25% so I can donate it to by-elections against reform.
Oh, speaking of which, because I know, I think we had to talk about this, but I think it was more off air when we had to talk about this. Who do you think, Chris, is going to be the first leaver of Reform UK? Because there's a couple, I think, that are paper candidates that might be a bit flighty.
Yeah. A lottery. The problem is a lottery is because they're related to others. Like Count Swastika, as I'm going to call him from now on. You know, he's only there because he's the husband of the person who was really important in reform. You know, so yeah, Andy Arnold, he'll not go because of Theresa Arnold, because she was part of local reform for a long time. There's another who was clearly a paper candidate, the only one who got in could Stan Bryan. Now, again, I think his wife was more involved in it, but she didn't get in. I think he'll stick around for that reason as well. And also, if a by-election happened in Cudder, they'd probably lose it. So yeah, I don't know how to say this because of what just happened with Anne Widdecombe. I'm not saying about murder, but I think the first by-election will probably be in Worsborough because one of them's going to die of old age. So yeah, that or someone will really, really, really get fed up of the public slating, which is going to come. I predicted before all this started they will either have a by-election before August, and we're too close now. I just don't think it's going to happen. They've got a month off in August, so they'll get by. So then when it comes to making the budget and everything else, where the really important things come, that's when they're really going to feel hard because they made a promise to freeze council tax.
Yeah.
I lent it to one of the surviving Lib Dem councillors. I lent the leaflet to him. I've still got that leaflet, which from Reform, which says we will freeze your council tax.
Hey, listen, I know this has got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just got a breaking news alert from the Financial Times. So it must be important. Apple are suing OpenAI over top secret information that apparently a couple of people working for OpenAI stole from Apple. Ooh, the plot thickens. Who do you think's going to leave first from the actual RefUK's in Parliament? I think as soon as Nigel Farage is gone, I think it's just going to fall apart.
I think Farage is going to be the first one to go.
But yeah, if he loses by-election, it will be, again, I think we've mentioned this, hilarious. It will be hilarious.
He loses this by-election regardless. If he wins, everybody just goes, mate, you beat a fucking bin.
Yeah. How much did you beat the bin? By how close did the bin come to beating you?
My only dream from this, I mean, I'm not flighty enough to dream that the bin wins. If the bin wins, I will run around Barnsley Town Centre naked.
You heard it here first.
I don't think that Binface is going to win. I mean, it'd be a bit of a miracle if he does. But
yeah, you know what I want? I want Farage just to win by like a single percent.
I think would
be, even if that would just be very
I want Count Binface to win 52-48. That'd be most
I would love Binface to win. I would actually love Binface to win because Farage will have to give up on life then. Yeah. He will have to leave the country because he will never be able to show his face again.
Yeah, he will be a laughing stock. Yeah.
But be a laughing stock.
The thing is, even if he I do think Farage will win. I think he's nailed on it because it's Farage, it's Clacton, and it's Binface. As much as he's got, as much as I love Binface and we love Binface, just we Binface. My dream is just that Binface gets about 30% of the vote, and then the other, Monster Raving Looney, the other joke candidate Lawrence Fox, and then that actual Fox guy. They all get about 10% between them. If Farage gets 60% and Binface is on 30%, it's still such an embarrassment for Farage that he could only get 60% against a Fox, Binface, the Loonies, and failed actor.
Yeah. Failed fucking actor. Loser Fox, the man who spends Father's Day burning pride flags. It's not a happy man, is it? Pygmalion, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. And the question that's on everyone's lips, well, not everyone, but most people in America, is McConnell dead? Mitch McConnell, is he dead? Well, he's Schrodinger's McConnell at the moment. He seems to be dead and alive at the same time. There's no proof of life, but apparently there's a machine keeping him alive just long enough to get him over the limit. I think it's July the 15th, I think it is. And after that, they won't have a special election, a by-election, before the midterms. The by-election will take place as part of the midterms, which they would have anyway. So there can't be a primary challenge from one of the people that Trump hates. So they're keeping his meat alive. Sorry, that sounds awful, doesn't it? They're keeping his heart, even though he's brain dead, they're keeping his heart pumping, apparently.
I wasn't even sure he was still alive a year ago, and that's when he was still technically breathing.
Yes.
And on camera.
Yeah, they used to wheel Mitch McConnell out very sparsely. I mean, we've talked about it before on a couple of the Geoscope episodes of like Mitch McConnell will come out, do a speech, and then he would just freeze, and it would look like someone's forgot to put money in the meter. So he's just like,
Still more
what
eloquent
happened
than
there?
Trump. Still more eloquent than Trump.
Yeah.
Who I'm fairly sure shits himself now 24/7.
But I think we've talked about McConnell before. Again, we've talked about McConnell on Geoscope, but McConnell dying is like an old guard of like the GOP party being like finally being pushed into the dust of history. It could change a lot of things in the party because he still had a lot of power. Even when he was going, he had a lot of power and influence. And once he's gone, that goes. It's sort of like the Rush Limbaugh effect. Rush Limbaugh used to have a lot of effect on the Republicans for years. You know, he was a very big fan of Ronald Reagan's golden rule, thou shalt not fight a fellow Republican, to the point where he would come in and go, you two guys, you're not fighting, and people would obey it. Like, you know, he had that type of power. Once he's gone, we've seen Republican spats and infighting on the right in America really increase because there's no one around who holds that authority anymore. So that's going to be interesting once he's gone, and if anyone tries to sort of wield that authority, or who's going to try and claim McConnell's crown, if anyone does try, that'll be hilarious because that'll just create a massive infighting in the Republicans for sure. But yeah, interesting times, I think.
I don't even know who can even claim what could be classed if it had the soul of the GOP now, because I think the last person who could really claim to have even any sense of morality or the soul of the GOP would have been McCain. And Trump and Trump shat on him.
Yeah.
And that pissed a lot of Republicans off.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's not only just happening in like the Republican Party, but the Democrats as well. They're going through like a massive transitional phase of like all the old big names. They're in like their 60s, the 70s. And because they've dominated these parties for so long, there's been no one else. But for the longest time. Well, that's why AOC and Mandani have made such an impact, because they're young. Like they're the youngest people like in the Democrat Party. So, and there's still people there, but there's just
I think it's good. Democrats. I think Newsom's the next Democrat one.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think it will be Newsom.
In the chat, Jenny's just pointed out that the Yanks kept a brain dead woman on life support so they could use her as an incubator. That happened last year, if you remember, down in Texas, I think it was.
Jesus,
a woman alive who was, brain dead, but they kept her alive on an incubator in order to make sure that the baby was born. I mean,
I'm, we're all men, so we can't even. But a big, I can't say that much because again, I'm a man, but I'm a massive believer in body autonomy. It's a woman's body, it's her choice. If they force that upon her, I just, I think that is absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised the Democrats haven't made it a plank of their policy to like reinstate
this is what worries me, and even as a man, it's what worries me about the absolute cranks on the far side of the Tories and what's currently RefUK.
Yeah
And Rupert Lowe's gaggle of whatever.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Rupert Lowe's just gone far enough where he's just said, Dunblane was just one murder, one death or something.
He said one murder, and then his daddy couldn't have his shotgun to go and shoot some pheasants or something. What?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the parents of the Dunblane children laying into him.
Yeah,
what for saying
I've not seen that.
He was doing that for the American audience. He was on the who's that bull?
Joe Rogan
show. He was on the Joe Rogan show. There was a mixture of fashion, hot fashion, and he, I'd really despair because for years, when the printing press came out, obviously we had problems with people printing crazy shit, and then we had the problem with copyright, and then we had the problem with newspapers when they came out, just writing whatever they fucking wanted. So we invented laws like libel and slander, defamation, and now it's like anything goes. It's just, it's a Cole Porter all over again. Adam, thank you very much, Adam, for the £2 super chat. Well, good point. Well made, folks. Thank you. I don't know if you're talking to us, but thank you nonetheless. And also, this is very exciting. It allows me to do this. Chris, you've not experienced the confetti yet, have you? If we get 5 super chats in a row, we get to fire off the confetti cannon. So although you can't see this at home, the viewers can see this. So when I say that the confetti's going off, you have to wave your arms about. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, confetti! Yay! Woo! Yay! So we did that this afternoon.
I'm not drunk enough. I'm not drunk enough.
Thank you. We did that this afternoon, Ollie, and on Phil's show, and I got a thumbs up from Phil. He did this. It was beautiful. It was amazing. Phil's a dour Yorkshireman that we know. Well, that doesn't narrow it down.
Well, he's not even from Yorkshire. Well, he is from Yorkshire.
He is from Yorkshire. He doesn't live there. He lives over the border in Donny. Hang on, Doncaster's part of Yorkshire.
No, he doesn't live. No, he doesn't live in Donny. He lives like south of Donny. He lives in
Lincolnshire.
Yeah,
Lincolnshire. Oh, he's in the Midlands.
Yeah, he's a Midlander now.
His Metro Mayor is Andrea Jenkins.
Andrea Jenkins.
Jesus Christ.
This is something else I really need to follow up on, because there are 2 like Metro mayors for Reform. You've got obviously Andrea Jenkins, but Luke Campbell, aka now gaining the moniker for being the mayor of Tenerife, because apparently he's spending more time in Tenerife than he is in his mayoralship of Hull. So it's going as I predicted for him, that he's just not doing anything because he just did not want to be a politician, and regional mayors have a lot of power and they actually have to do stuff. And guess what? He's not doing anything.
Politics is difficult, even as a local councillor. On the very basic, it's difficult. I still get messages from residents now. In fact, I've had a few today. I'm thinking, I'm not your councillor now, but you do it because you actually want it. Yeah, well, no, you do it because you want to help for some people, or other people do it because they want the money, or in the terms of some of the, there might be some in Reform who are on both of those, and then as some of the others are just Nigel Farage asked us to.
I would not be too surprised. I wouldn't. My councillor said he's doing it for the veterans. So I was like, okay.
What?
That was his reason for becoming a councillor.
But the councillors can't do call for veterans. What the?
Yeah.
Why I've never understood that. I get that local politics is boring as fuck and nobody actually gives a shit about it, apart from the most boring people alive or extremely weird people like me.
Yeah.
I do get it, but if you're going to get into local politics, just read something. Just read anything. Even if you have to buy a Mr. Men, Mr. Men or Mr. Councillor. The most basic thing, or just find a councillor and ask them, what does being a councillor entail? Just ask them, and they will tell you that it's a lot of work, and if you're a good councillor, you're on far, far, far less than minimum wage, and if you're a shit councillor, then you're going to get absolutely raked over the coals by residents and every single political opponent you've got.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, even if you're a good councillor, you're still going to get raked over the coals by people who don't like whatever party you're in. Unless you're an independent, then you can get away with it. But it's very difficult to be a good independent councillor.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, no. You can be a good councillor. It's difficult to get elected as an independent.
Yeah. I've just done another interview with a councillor from Kent County Council recently. And I got to talk all about the stuff that's going on down in Kent. And he said exactly the same thing. He's a brand new councillor as well. And he's like, there's no job description for being a councillor. No one tells you. There's little to no training. You just get thrown into it. Yeah. And it's you either sink or swim.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. But I mean, I was just reading up on the George and Fiona Cottrell have both been interviewed under caution by the Met Police. I mean, this all could end with some of these refuckers going to jail. And then what happens to the party? Like, I do think this is a one-man show. It's not like the Republican Party that will survive Trump. I mean, it probably will be out of power for a while, but it will survive him.
Well, finally, Robert Jenrick will be able to lead a political party.
He might go. To be fair, he might. He took a bit of funny money by the sounds of it when he was going for Tory leadership.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll probably not go to jail, but he might get a bit. Anyway, Jenrick can lead that party, and then Jenrick's gone next general election. No chances he's staying.
Either that, or he'll do. I don't know if you've seen this, Chris, but when I've been following a lot of these defections from Reform back to the Tories, a lot of them now have to like praise Kimmy Badenoch. That you have to say like, oh, she's such a good leader. She's changed the party. Not saying how she's changed the party, but she's changed the party for the better. We've got all these new exciting policies, which are
refuck policies.
There's no way they're letting Jenrick back.
Oh, probably not. But it's so hilarious when you notice whenever you see
same as Jenkins.
Yeah, she's not going back either.
Both of them to a persona non grata.
But if you're looking at this from the point of view of the billionaires who fund these motherfuckers, right, in ReFUK, they've got what they wanted. They don't want Nigel Farage to be prime minister. They couldn't give a fuck either way. What they wanted was to pull the Tories to the right, get them to stop going on about net zero, to completely scrap the idea, and also to say in the next election, if they win, to take us out of the European Convention of Human Rights. And the Tories are saying that now.
And we all know the only reason they want to do that is just because so they can fuck around with workers' rights and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why they want to do it.
Because I've had this discussion with Reform people before. We need to leave ECHR for to stop the boats. And I literally asked the question: do you know how many people where we're trying to get rid of them? Get rid of them back to their own countries. How many times has the ECHR stopped us? Well, loads. No. Have a guess how many times in number? And I can't remember off the top of my head now, but I think it's something stupid like 7.
Yeah.
In the entire time, it's like 7.
Yeah.
We've got rid of tens and tens and tens of thousands of people who, rightly or wrongly, whatever you want to say about it, shouldn't be here. And you know what? If we had a better system, they wouldn't come over on small. But I was going to go into a Lib Dem speech then about what our policy is. But
10 years ago, no one came over on small boats because we were part of the Dublin Agreement.
And no one came over. Zero. Yeah, and also we had a functioning system there because 10, 14 years ago, it used to take 3 months for a check if somebody applied. It now takes nearly 3 years.
Yeah, Theresa May came in and just got the Home Office.
If I was trying to flee a country, and if I was trying to flee a really horrible war-torn shithole like America,
or Burnley,
or Clacton, but Jaywick, if I was trying to flee a really shit war-torn place like Jaywick, I would apply. And if I got told it's going to take 3 years to make a decision, I know I'm going to be dead before that 3 years is done. I'm going to go with whatever means is possible to me.
Yeah.
And if that means I'm getting on a dinghy, taking a camel, and then getting on a dinghy at Calais to come over here, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing to note is, and you notice in Farage's speech, he mentioned, the spawn boats, they're still happening. They've actually decreased over the past couple of years.
GB News did a report about it today. They even admitted that the government's action on and smashing the gangs is working. GB News admitted it. The comments on Twitter and on Facebook are absolute hatred that GB News is betraying them.
Yep. We've got to wrap up soon, Chris. But you being Lib Dem, and Ollie, you're Labour, aren't you? You're a Labour member. I'm Labour as well. Andy
I used to be Labour.
I used to be Lib Dem, and then I was before then I was Labour. No, before then I was Independent. I was Labour. I've been all over the place, mate. I'm just a political whore. The Andy Burnham coming in. Do you think he's going to work with the Lib Dems? He seems to be making noises about doing cross-party stuff.
He should do, because the reality is that every party's. The general rule of politics is a party suggests something, and the major party rejects it, and then they eventually take it up and pretend it's their idea. But then everything goes slow. I mean, this happened back when the Tories were in charge, where, and I love for us to take credit for it because we did suggest it first. When the Ukraine war started and all the energy companies, so the windfall tax. It was the Lib Dems who suggested it first, then the Tories ignored it, then Labour suggested it, then the Tories ignored that, and then they finally did it. So Labour's there saying, well, they've took our idea, and Lib Dems are like, no, we had it first, you bastards. But because the usual way of politics is done, this idea, which should have happened, it pissed around for ages, and it took about a year for it to actually come forward. If Burnham works with the Lib Dems, work with them and take some of the good ideas and just do it. And you know what? The best idea to take, I'm guessing you're not going to be surprised what I'm going to say the best idea for him to take would be
return to the EU. Proportional representation.
There you go. I will
reform.
Both of them.
Universal basic income.
Just that PR is a must because it will stop reform forever.
Build one affordable house.
Yeah,
99ers, make them 99p.
I'm sorry, but if we're going to take the most important pressing thing, it's moving that fucking hand dryer.
Oh my God, have you seen the picture of it?
Oh,
fucking hell. Who put that fucking hand dryer there? If you haven't seen the hand dryer that Count Binface keeps going on about, it is the shittest place to put. You couldn't.
By all accounts, that makes him the best politician alive because it's something that impacts people.
Essentially, it's sandwiched between the basin and the urinal, and you couldn't actually use it without sort of rubbing your leg against the urinal. Like there's no space.
And also, if you're using the urinal, you'd get hot air blowing down your ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if someone uses it while you're using the urinal,
Yeah. Chris points out quite rightly that press reform is also the most important pressing issue. Pressing, I like what you've done there. Also, social media reform, regulation. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that, I'm cautiously optimistic about Andy Burnham. I think if he does for Britain what he's done for Manchester, then
I think I want him to. I should say it this way. Politically, I want him to do well, but not well enough that he, makes it so Labour's got a massive surge, and then everybody ignores the fact that there's alternatives. But of course, I want him to do well because we all live in this country. We need the country to do well. It'd be stupid to not want it. I think the difficulty is always going to be, and it doesn't matter who gets in. It doesn't matter if it were Andy Burnham, if it were Ed Davey, if it was Count Binface. It's a poison chalice. It is a poison chalice. We're at the behest of international markets, and we are in a aging country where we've got no bloody industry or anything else.
We have got something else. We've got Adele. And Count Binface is going to nationalise her.
Well, fair enough. If we nationalise Adele, we might get some income in.
Thank you. No, we've got a lot of talented people on this island.
Should we nationalise Ed Sheeran as well?
Yeah, that's it. We're going to nationalise all our famous
just nationalise all music.
That's it.
Yeah, why not? Harry Styles played Wembley for a few nights a couple of weeks ago. and it made over £1 billion for the British economy. £1 billion. Just
Yeah,
one person.
God.
He made more money playing those gigs than our entire fishing industry that forced us to vote for Brexit so they could catch more fish. Makes in a year.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say the reality is the entertainment industry for Britain has always been massive. That's what our arts, and that when we ignore our arts, it's for the worst. It's like, look at all the Hollywood films that are still made here. Marvel comes over
here. All the
here.
ideas for Hollywood movies like James Bond, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, the Invisible Man, Dracula, Frankenstein. They're all British ideas.
Yeah. So Burnham, I hope he does well. I think it's a poison chalice. I think he just needs to. He's not beholden to. He's not actually beholden to any of Labour's previous promises, or he's partly beholden to them.
No, he is because he has to stick to the 2024 manifesto. He said that he will. But there is a lot of wiggle room in that manifesto. So it talks about, a more fair, making voting more fair. Not necessarily a more fair voting system. And part of that was bringing the voting age down to 16, which they've done, getting rid of the life peers in the House of Lords that they've done. But also he can push that forward. And he's talked about PR. He's talked about joining the EU. He's talked about all this stuff.
The amusing thing is when he mentioned PR last week or something like that, all of Reform were in outrage.
Yeah.
How dare he talk? How dare he? He's not even a proper PM, and he's talking about he needs to go to a general election to do this. I'm sorry, but weren't Farage pretending to care about this not that long ago?
Yeah, yes. and of course Farage was complaining in his resignation speech about the Manchester mayoral election being changed from first past the post to PR.
Well, that was AV, isn't it now?
Yeah, AV. Yeah. Well, it's a type
ranked. It's ranked voting, isn't it? So
you
1, 2, 3, 4. Which was it used to be, and then the Tories changed it for a year to the other one.
He was always going though. Anyway, he was always going to that. So Farage was bitching and whining. He's like, how dare he change it for that? Well, he hasn't.
We fucking
change it anyway.
Activists out of Manchester.
Which, they are.
That would be a hell of a scalp if they win. To go to Clacton, where Nigel Farage he gave up his own seat to run again against the bin. What is happening?
I'll be on today. I've had a bit of fun today because Reform had a post on this on their Facebook, and with the heat, I get a bit bored. So I've been trolling Reform all day, and they, as I've said so much times, that they are shit scared of a bin. They are absolutely petrified of a bin. All this talking, Richard Tyson, his little performative bullshit of chicken noises. Tice, you're dragging everybody out of Manchester, the northeast, the northwest. You're dragging everybody to go fight a bin. Yeah. What? Reform is a laughing stock. And I can't remember which newspaper I saw this on or which journal, but it's one of those. The second that they start laughing at you, you've lost in politics.
Yeah. I genuinely believe that. I think that's the way we have to defeat this, because saying that they're corrupt, saying that they're broken the law.
Yeah, their fans don't care.
A host of crimes, the fans don't care.
Yeah.
The fans don't care.
I said it. I actually said it. My little trolling post today on Reform, which is, I think I've had like 200 responses, and all of them quite offensive. It's quite fun. I don't get offensive, and then they always say the leftist snowflakes bite and get offensive. It's like, I never said that. What about you personally? And I just said Reform have jumped the shark.
Yeah,
that's what they've done now. This is their jumping the shark moment. This is their TV equivalent of it was all a dream.
Yeah.
I love it. I
mean, wait till the contest really kicks off, because that's when the really funny stuff is going to happen.
Clacton question time. The 4 panelists: Nigel Farage, Count Binface, Lawrence Fox, and
like dream question time. Like the one time I actually want Farage on question time is that one.
Count Binface, fucking Lawrence Fox. What a creep. What a creepy little creep. What a rich, horrible little nepo baby bastard he is. He is
Count Binface, Nigel Farage, Lawrence Fox, and this guy dressed as a fox.
Yeah.
That's the best panel ever. You've got 3 joke candidates and Count Binface.
No, or even like the Monster AV Looney Party get Screaming Lord Such, on there. I think they've announced they're running in this as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Looney Party have,
the British Independence Party or something like that, or so the English Democrats are running.
They're running some shiny faced pube, aren't they? Some kid.
Yeah.
He's got a really shiny face. He's like, oh, he's horrible. He's horrible. He looks about 12. He's got a really shit haircut as well. You're like a really posh person's haircut. Mammy. She's probably mummy's spit on his head. Well, no, not his actual mum. The nanny. Nanny's spit.
That or it's reminiscent of the scene from There's Something About Mary.
Yes, possibly that could happen, because you know what the toffs get up to behind closed doors, don't you? All kinds of fucked up shit. Not saying all of them, not all toffs, just the vast majority. But yeah, it is remarkable. Before we go, I just want to point out that literally everyone we talked about tonight in ReFUK, not the councillors, but the topic of ReFUK, and Andrea Jenkins and Suella Braverman and Richard Tice and what's his name? This gobshite Farage, Sarah Puchin, Gorgeous George. Not Leanne. Jenrick. That's the one. Jenrick and this Christopher Halborn creep. They all were born into money. They all had enough money. Their parents had enough money to send them and their siblings to private school. You're talking £60,000 a year to send numerous children to numerous public schools. And they had enough money to do that. Yeah. So when they talk about them versus the establishment, all I can scream from the top of the hills is, you are the fucking establishment!
I'm sorry, have you not heard the news that's coming out? Count Binface is the establishment.
Count Binface is the establishment. Lawrence Fox, he's another one went to private school.
Wouldn't it be weird if all people in Reform get all caught up in these massive money scandals, and the only one to not get involved in it is Lee Anderson? That would just
to be fair, that's because he's too thick to just even do anything like that.
Well, they wouldn't let him in. This is the thing. So when Nigel Farage, if he ever goes into Parliament, which is very unlikely, but when he occasionally goes into Parliament, and you could see Lee Anderson following him down the street, going, "Can I come to the exclusive club where you drink champagne and eat caviar, Nigel? Can I come to the club, Nigel?" And Nigel's like, "No, sorry, mate. Your blood's the wrong colour." And off he goes. Just leaves him there, crying himself to sleep. But that's it. That fellow who ran in Manchester, in Makerfield, he couldn't get into the clubs that Nigel Farage goes to and smokes big fat cigars.
But the funny thing about that is Rob Kenyon. Yeah, he's his Facebook post yesterday was about how he's on his way to Clacton.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, how, as I said, how desperate and how scared are they about a man in a fucking bin?
Yeah. This normally this should be the easiest win in the world for Farage, but it's not.
If nobody's done, people don't. I mentioned this when it was first announced. This is David Davis all over again, but only where nobody stood against David Davis back in 2008 because it was performative bullshit, and the Tories didn't even fund his campaign. Farage has done this performative bullshit. He's getting Reform to spend an absolute shit ton of money on a campaign against a bin and a fox. And
I would love to know how much they end up spending on this. That's
the thing is, Binface could run a bloody fantastic campaign if he wanted to. If you look at his Ko-fi, whatever it's called, at the start of this, he'd had 2,000 donations. When I last looked earlier today, he was on 31,000, and that's each donation is a minimum of £3. He's got at least 90 grand in his war chest for a campaign. I want to be his campaign manager. I want to go to Clacton. I want to run a campaign.
Yeah.
Put the filth in the bin. Yeah. Just a picture of Binface.
Make your vote count. I love this one. Make your vote count. Binface. Binface versus Binfire. Binface versus Frogface. Binface versus Cuntface. Yeah, this is all good. It's all good.
I always say the count versus the cunt.
It is indeed the camp bin face versus the cunt bin fire. But yeah, that's what I call our council here in Durham. It's our cunty council because it's RefUK. But yes, did you see Tetchy Tice interviewed in his car yet today? Jenrick was on Sky, proper meltdown. Says L. Yeah, apparently they've all been having these. It's quite funny because it's quite hot at the moment, so you can understand why people melt down. But they've all been having little hissy fits, haven't they?
Is it? I wonder if this heat is why Layla Cunningham's brain doesn't work.
No, it's because she's an inbred posh fucking idiot.
I was trying to be nice.
Very expensive school in central
I do
London.
wonder how she was a lawyer.
Well, she had a rich mummy and daddy, so they made some phone calls.
No, yeah, I mean, how was she a lawyer? I don't even know how she managed to sign her name.
No, but they have like assistants who do all the work, and they just take all the credit.
No, I get that, but I don't even understand. I don't even comprehend when I look at her if she's even capable of signing her name, or does she get away with just putting an X?
No, she has someone to do that for you. Hey, darling, come here. Sign my name, please. Sign my name. Wipe my arse. Feed my cat. Do the dishes. Make my bed. These motherfuckers don't do anything for themselves. They just go around clicking at people. You're like twats at bars.
It's all right. She thinks she's going to be the next mayor of London.
I know. Bless her cotton socks. She's got to get better at this, though, hasn't she? She's got to be better at, like, I don't know, talking out of her face. God, the pregnant pauses.
My cats are better at it than her.
Yeah. But if Farage wins this election, which he probably will do, but if he wins this election, then the
best do.
Inquiry
I've got
continues.
To run naked around Barnsley.
Yeah. the inquiry continues, and then we get to the point where there'll be a recall petition because Farage is going to be found guilty, clearly, and then there'll be another by-election later this year.
And by then, the people of Clacton will be really fucked off.
Well, I don't know.
They'll just be fucked off in general, I think.
Anyway. Ollie, wake up. We're going.
Right.
Are you all right?
We
had Scott in the chat going, is Ollie going to say anything?
It's warm. It's warm. I've got my light on. I've had to close my window. It's getting warm now. So okay. I need to go turn my light off, open my window. Okay.
We're gonna sign off there. So big thanks to Ollie Bowlerhatman and Chris Ray. Thanks for coming on. Will you come on again at some point, Chris? We'll do another Reform Watch.
Happy to. Hey, yeah. I love talking shit.
Talking shit. Yeah. We just need we get Phil on, and then we need one more Yorkshireman, and then we can have 4 Yorkshiremen.
We'll get Ed on.
Yeah. Well, he's not a Yorkshireman. Ed's not a Yorkshireman.
He was. He was born in Doncaster.
We'll get David Blase on. We'll get Darren
on.
We'll get Darren on. We'll get Darren. You two, Darren, and I'll just be moderator or something. I'll just turn up and be scouse at you now and again and go, calm down, while you all compare about your terrible childhoods living in a swamp. Living in a cardboard box in the middle of a swamp. Anyway, thanks very much to everyone watching. Thanks for the super chats. It's really kind of you. If you would like to give us a thumbs up, that would be tremendously lovely. Please consider giving us a like on the way out. I'll be back tomorrow morning, even though it's Saturday. Yay! With Morning Brew at 9 o'clock, I hope, or just a bit after 9, depending on what happens tomorrow morning. So yeah, until then, I'll just say thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend if I don't see you before. And until next time, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.
Bye.